I'm really excited to do the video. I feel really great. I feel like I am myself. I don't know, sometimes I feel like my videos are fucking embarrassing. I had that yesterday again. It's becoming a pattern. I'm gonna talk about this with my therapist next week because I have moments where I look at my videos and I'm like, yeah, that's so cringe. Like, what the fuck am I doing? There's nothing meaningful to that. And I'm never gonna do YouTube again. I don't like this because it pains me. You know? And then I get really annoyed and I have to explain you this. I'm getting really annoyed sometimes talking to. Not right now. Now I feel amazing connecting with people online. This is what I want. I want to read your comments. I want to connect with you guys. But I have moments where I think like, oh, I don't want to talk to a random strangers in the internet. I wouldn't even say my community are strangers. I mean, we are not friends, but you're kind of my audience. You're my community, and I'm thankful for that. But I have moments where it scares the hell out of me and I don't want to do it anymore because nothing feels meaningful about it. And I have those moments. And then when I feel great again, it usually comes when I'm getting depressed. So I think it's kind of delusional. I think it's a bunch of negative feelings that are delusional. Because then I have moments when I do a video and I feel fucking powerful. I feel like I'm having an impact on people. It's not just doing a video. I feel like I'm having an impact on people. I'm inspiring people. I'm giving people a good time. People feel understood. Even though it's not a lot of people watching right now, I feel like the people that are watching are interested, and that's already enough for me. But then I have moments where I feel like annoyed by YouTube, and it suddenly comes. There's no reason for it. And I don't like this. I don't want this to happen anymore. I just want every second in my life to feel meaningful. And I think I'm capable of doing that. But of course, people are gonna say, like, yeah, you can't be always happy. You have moments where you're not happy. But I think you can be happy all the time. No, I mean not like happy all the time, but I think you don't have to. I don't think life has to be painful. There is sometimes coming bad stuff into your life, and there will be moments that will suck. But when I was younger, I didn't have this problem of being depressed. I had moments where I felt like neutrality in my body, but I didn't feel horrible, you know? But now I feel like really depressed sometimes, and everything just feels meaningless. My life feels meaningless, and I don't have this at the moment. Right now, I'm feeling like amazing, and I don't know. I have this weird feeling of power, and I don't know. It feels real to me. I think it's real. I think this feeling is real. I can't explain why I have this feeling, but I have this feeling that I'm having an impact on people, and that's more meaningful that I think, and that I'm having a change in the world. Even by having like small viewers, I think we don't like people think to make a change in people, you have to have a big audience. You have to have 1 million people watching you to actually change something. But I don't think that's true, because you have to understand, when something is meaningful to someone, it changes the whole world into them. And sometimes I think a little YouTube video, for me at least, when I see something online, a person that I connect with, not as a friend, but as a person that exists together with me on this world, and that has the same mindset as me, that can make my day better, and it's just a random YouTube video. And I think that can be for the people who are watching me too. And I think in general, like, I watch YouTubers because those people are inspirational to me. Because those people, I don't have to be friends with them, but I see them and I'm like, yeah, this person, I don't feel as alone anymore on this planet anymore because this person exists. And knowing that this person exists makes me better because I know there's someone that is like minded as me. And then you see the comment section and you see all the other people in the comment section, and you see a bunch of, when it's like a good channel, you see a bunch of like-minded people like you. And I love to see certain, not under every YouTube video, it depends. Sometimes comment sections are awful, but sometimes I have YouTubers where I really like the comment sections because everything is so relatable, and I feel like there is a bunch of people coming together. And I think this is what the internet is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a place where people of the whole world come together and connect with each other, and like-minded people find each other, you know? And this is why I want to do YouTube, because I think I can get like-minded people into my life through YouTube. I can grow an audience that thinks the way I am thinking, and we're all in our own bubble together, and that's amazing, and that's really cool. And I think when, even if just 4 people watch me, I'm already having a big impact on the world. I truly think that, because maybe those 4 people watch my video and they get inspired, it feels meaningful to them. Because, like, I don't know, I think you get the feeling when you hear someone talking and they inflict a lot of thoughts in you, and you get excited and you feel understood. It just needs one other person for you to change your whole mindset, or you change your whole world. It doesn't need a bunch of people, So this is why I think if I do a video and 4 people are watching it, and 4 people feel inspired by it, I'm having a bigger change in the world than I think. Because those 4 people they may feel better for the day. Maybe someone has a lot of friends and they feel understood. I had this too when I was in school and I got bullied. I had some YouTubers I was watching, and those YouTubers made me survive school better because I knew those people exist, and I'm not alone, And those people may feel better just through my video, or they may feel inspired, and then they may carry this to other people. So that's one thing, but I want to go deeper into this. I think it's especially because of me. And no, I'm not a narcissist. I'm not arrogant. I was thinking that for a long time. I was questioning if I'm a narcissist or if I'm arrogant. But that's not true. I get a lot of comments from people. I don't get a lot of comments, but I'm getting more comments recently. I'm growing a little bit more. People seem to be more invested into my content. And it's cool to see like a small audience, and people seem to care about my small posts. 3 people's already a big number for me. So, I want to say that when you go on social media, I think you all fucking can agree with me. And this is like the thing. The more I go through pain, my life is a fucking roller coaster right now. And I think part of the reason is because I'm schizophrenic. I'm experiencing stuff probably more intense than people that are not schizophrenic. Even though I'm taking medication, my schizophrenia is still there. But it's fine. Okay. So, the more pain I feel, and I'm getting through a hard time, the more I'm grateful when I'm happy, and the more meaning happiness feel like, and the more I realize things, and the more I get emotional about it. And this is a good thing, because then I have my life together actually, and I realize stuff. And when I realize stuff and I tell this to you guys, then it will inflict something in you. And I think especially if there's concerning stuff happening in the world, and somebody is so done with that they're gonna say it out. This is how, like, I'm not saying I'm starting a revolution, but like revolution and movements in society starts because people are done with something, and they go on the street and they're gonna say it out. They have speeches about it, and there are famous speeches from people that evoke a lot deep shit in people, and people just agree with that, So it's not like we're just all a bunch of robots in a clone army, and we don't have anything, like we can't do anything about a bunch of idiots. When you're done with something, you can say it out. And if there are certain people, and I think I'm one of them, even though I'm not really good with words, but there are certain people that just are so done that they're gonna say it out louder than others, and a lot of people will listen to them, and they may even change something in society. I don't know if I do that. I don't even know what I want to change. I'm just pissed sometimes, and I'm gonna say it out. And this is something that people tell me, that they really like my content because I'm rambling and because I'm so raw and honest, And I don't think this is a normal thing. I don't think this is just something that you see everywhere and online. I don't see that shit. Most people I see online, like 99% of people I see online are fucking fake. There is like content where just a mass production of people that just want to be seen, and they just create content for the algorithm in the way, of course, people just create content that already exists, because if you're filling a niche, you're going the safe, not a niche. When you want to they just are greedy, and they want to have a lot of money, and they want to get famous because they enjoy the dopamine kicks of likes and clicks, and they're like greedy, and I don't like those people. They don't have passion, and they're stupid. Okay, so what I want to say, there's nothing wrong with saying I want to have a big follower count, but because you have something to say, and because you have a passion that you want to share with people, that's something else. But even when I tell you, like, I want to have 1 million subscribers, yes, I like to have this sometimes because I want to share my passion, but it's not really about 1 million subscribers. It's more about being able to share my passion with a lot of people. So it's about the passion that I want to share with people, and seeing the influence I have. This is totally another thing than just, and I'm 100% real. The stuff I'm doing, like, if I just wanted to get famous on YouTube, I probably wouldn't that stuff I'm doing right now, because this is the worst thing you could do. I'm not showing my face, I'm just making it raw. I don't cut it like everybody else. I'm doing a lot of stuff that is not really presentable, and I don't think this the way I do it is like something where you can get seen in the algorithm well. I don't think that. I think you have to do totally another stuff to get famous on YouTube, but I don't care, because I don't want to get famous. I want to share my passion, but I want to share my passion with a lot of people, Okay. So, but not just a lot of people. I don't want to have a bunch of idiots that are not relating. I want people that actually are thinking like me. And to the YouTubers I look up to are people like Moist Critical, because Moist Critical or PewDiePie, because those people show me, like, PewDiePie was also someone who always was like, yeah, I'm reaching a bigger subscriber count. He was really happy about that. But he was doing something with passion, and he was 100% himself, and they have a big audience now, but their audience is like meaningful, and they actually, like, you can see how impactful and meaningful PewDiePie is, and I don't want to be impactful because I want to rule over people, I think the reason why I want is it feels awesome for me to make a change in people's lives and having an impact on this world, because this world is not okay and you feel like a meaningless individual that doesn't have any power, and then you want to say something to make the world a little bit better place. And this is the reason for it. It's not just random. I think if I would be a totally happy person, I wouldn't be like, oh, I have to change the world. But because maybe also because I'm an artist and I just see the world as a piece of paper I can paint on. And maybe I just want to make the world more colorful, and I want to make people's lives more colorful. I want to entertain people. I always wanted that. I always wanted to be a clown around people since I was a kid, and that's just what I want, But I have so many thoughts. With Mars Critical, he is 100% himself in his videos, and he has still this big subscriber count, but like when you see his viewers watching him, you see people giving a fuck about him, and you see that that people actually care for him, and that he is someone that people remember in the internet, and he is someone that actually has an influence online in a way, and it's not because he is someone who wants to be talked about. No, this is not how Charlie comes off as. He's just being himself, and he just says stuff out when he's pissed about something. But he is an honest person, and that's a good thing, and I'm like this. I'm not like him, but I'm also someone who I just want to be raw and real, because this is the only right thing to do. And going back now to the beginning, there's a lot of fake stuff online, and the more you see that, I'm not really going on social media a lot because I don't want to see that stuff. I'm trying to do other stuff in my life to stick with happiness. But the thing is, because 99% of people online are so fucking fake, and there's so much content produced where people just talk about the same topics, not because they want to talk about, they just talk about it to get seen. I hate this. When I see videos where people, I know I'm really strong and I'm talking really loud right now, but I'm gonna say that out. When people say stuff, when they make videos, for example, where they talk about how to get bigger on YouTube, and then they say stuff like, you have to do content like this and this, and it's never about yourself. It's just about do something to get seen in the algorithm, become a robot, and lose yourself. Fake yourself through the world. It's not about you, it's about getting clicks and getting rich. Because apparently a lot of people believe that this is what it has, that's what it means to be a human being, and that's not it. It's not about fame. If you just want to get fame because you want to get fame, I don't want to be your friend, If you have something to say and you want to reach people because you have something to say, this is a totally another thing. When you have to express something and you want to see how people react to it, that's a totally another thing, But then it's about you, and it's you being yourself. And I think the most important thing, if someone rejects you, you love someone, and you want to keep talking to them, and you think you have to change yourself for this person, don't. risk to become yourself, even if the person you are having a crush on is like, don't, this whole like dating advice they give you, I'm gonna tell you, people want to go the safe way by like dating. You know, they date and they watch all those dating videos. I did that too once. But I got just angry about it. Because people are like, I have to stick to those rules to find a partner. No, don't. Be yourself. You are capable of being yourself around your family and around your friends. You also have to be yourself around a love. And of the most about your love, you know? Around your love. So you should never become somebody else to get to. It's just about attracting people. It's not about being yourself. It's just about how to be the most attractive person. No, just be yourself. Be yourself. Everything else is a fucking illusion. And I think Gen Z is so fucking screwed with dating. We hear that all the time when people say like, people don't have as much sex anymore. People can't find the right partner. It's because everybody is doing a fucking performance. I don't want to talk about it. Going back to the YouTube thing. It's a rant now. There are a lot of fake people online who do the same stuff. And you see all those channels. And the funny part about it is, and that's actually a helpful part too. So let me finish that. That are people, you see those channels, there are a lot of channels online that have 1 million subscribers, you know? That's normal today, you know? And it's a lot of no-name channels. It's not like a Moist Critical or a PewDiePie. People know the name Moist Critical. People know the name Emma Chamberlain. People know the name PewDiePie. Those are names where people connect a human being with. They memorize someone, you know? But with all those other channels that have 1 million subscribers, but they just do content to feed the algorithm in the most effective way possible to get clicks, and they're just making a whole business out of it instead of passion. It's like fully business on YouTube everywhere. Those people, they may have a lot of clicks, they may have a lot of subscribers, but those people are not remembered. Nobody talks about them outside of their bubble. Nobody remembers them, and I don't think even the audience cares a lot about them. The audience doesn't care about those people. They care what those people, the advantages those people give them. You know, I could go more deep into this. I don't want to right now. So as you, especially on Instagram is also a really toxic place. I don't want to be there because Instagram is worse than YouTube for me. TikTok, I don't really know TikTok. I don't care about TikTok. Ugh, whatever. But as you may see even if you don't, it's not even the content you consume. The most content that will get into your timeline were probably content of a bunch of superficial idiots. And there's some gems. There's some really cool influencers, YouTubers, content creators that are creating meaningful content. I love Gigok. I like Joey the Anime Man. There's also like channels where you feel those people have a big audience, but they doing their stuff with passion. They make money out of it, but they're doing it with passion. They're themselves. They're honest. They start like this and they're still themselves. You know? But those are also like people who started, you know, the generation of YouTubers who was there from the beginning is different than those people who start YouTube today. You know? Because those people are like, you just see the business side of YouTube. It's annoying. Sorry, I'm making big points here, but because you're seeing all those fake people, you probably, I think it looks like this is how the world is, but it's not true. Social media is kind of an illusional world, because you see, when you click on content that is actually good and you go into the comment section, you see a bunch of people being fucking annoyed about the toxic place that social media is. And it's not even a minority. I think the majority of people, and I'm actually being really optimistic here, I think I'm just putting the lights on. I think the majority of people in the world doesn't even like the content that is presented on social media, There's just a little minority of people that make business and only business about YouTube to get famous, and they might get 1 million subscribers, but dude, there are more than 1 million subscribers on YouTube, on the world, There are much more people on this world. So you see those big numbers and you may think to yourself, damn, there must be a lot of dumb people on the planet. But then you see all the people being fucking pissed about this content. And then you realize, I think there are actually much more people who are like me and who don't agree with that. But they're just not having a big ass following as those random influencers, The normal person who has to work, when they're lucky, 40 hours a week. A lot of people have to work longer. I don't think they agree with all that shit that is online, I don't think that. But the most people, they don't have the platform to do that because it's so hard to do YouTube. I only suggest you to do YouTube when you are having passionate about it. If you don't feel passionate about YouTube, don't do it. There's nothing wrong. You don't have to have a YouTube to there is nothing. You're not a less worthy being when you don't do YouTube. You're just taking another path. I think the most meaningful thing you can have in your life is having children and having a life partner. That's much more meaningful than having a YouTube, And but then you look at channels like Charlie and you see how many people click on that shit and how people actually care about it. With PewDiePie, it's the same thing. You see those people. You see how generous and honest the people in the comment section, how actually there's cool energy in the comment section. And you realize that those people, there is a lot of people who want to see good and real people on YouTube. And because there's so much fake content online and you feel like it's getting worse and worse and people getting superficial and more superficial, or certain kind of people, I think people want to see real people even more. And I think this is why content like mine is impactful, even though I'm a small YouTuber right now. But I think the more I see this content, I'm not getting really pissed about it anymore because I'm not really on social media because I don't want to see that. I don't have the problem like other people. Like, a lot of people are doom scrolling and they consume toxic content and they know it's toxic, but they're still doing this. I don't do that. Like, I'm just not consuming toxic content. I'm not on social media. I'm just consuming the stuff I like, but I'm not getting out of my bubble, because I don't want to waste my time on like TikToks or stuff. But I see that stuff still, and then I kind of get pissed about it sometimes. I'm not getting depressed. I don't get depressed by that because I'm just like, this is just shit. I'm better than this. And that's it, I'm really stable when that comes to this. But it still does something with me that when I'm doing a video, no, I care about it still because I look at my channel and I see like how small I am, and then I get pissed because I'm like, why is this superficial human being that doesn't say anything important into the world getting more seen than me? I am someone who believes, and I think that's the only right opinion, if you don't have to say something, then
shut the fuck up and start to think before you talk. Don't just throw in random talks that are not doing anything better to the world. This is even what Einstein said. He said that there are two things that, like, we don't know if the universe is infinite, or I don't want to rephrase that quote because I don't know if it's rightly said, but for sure we know that humans, no, oh gosh, there was, I think it was, there was a quote of a famous person who said, like, that people just talk without, like, people talk too much, but there's no reason behind it, something like that. I don't remember quotes, I'm really bad in that, I'm sorry, but I 100% agree with that, and gosh, we have 30 minutes in already. I just want to tell you that because I see that stuff and it does something with me, and I'm myself, and I'm not respecting that stuff, I'm getting more intense in my videos. I'm not really getting angry, but I'm getting more intense in my videos, like in this video. And I have a lot to say, because I'm not just being like, yeah, that stuff just exists and we're gonna accept that. No, I'm clearly telling you the state in which social media is right now is not all right, and I don't think it's okay, and that shit need to stop. It's not okay that a bunch of idiots get money for nothing and are like faking themselves, and they get so much money while other people have to work so much, and they don't even like that shit, but those people are still able to get enough attention. It's a bunch of attention seekers. There's also a lot of, I like some YouTubers. I like Super iPod 12. I don't know if you know his content. I love his content. It's like he is himself, and the more and more I see this online, the more I feel like I have something to say, and it triggers a lot in me, and I think that stuff I'm saying is having an impact on people more than I would think. And I just think I think everybody could say that. I don't think like I'm chosen one. No. I think a lot of people can say that, but maybe a lot of people don't mind to do YouTube, and that's totally fine. If you don't want to do it, then I'm gonna do it. Dude, you don't have to do it. I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna say it out. And I'm gonna be honest. And I'm gonna tell you that this is not okay. And I'm gonna be honest, and I think the stuff I'm doing matters much more and is meaningful and actually has a much bigger change in the world, even though it's like 4 people watching me. But you don't know how many people will be in the future. You don't know. Maybe I will still have 4 people watching me in 5 years, but I still think that my content matters. And I don't think everybody content matters. And you shouldn't feel like just because someone is like having a lot of clicks, they change something in the world. No. Those people create meaningless stuff, and people are watching this, but they don't think about it any longer. But if you are creating something meaningful, and I truly believe that when people are kind, I think that kindness is the answer to everything. And I think if you are a kind human being, you are the only one who can really change something in the world and has the power in the world until the end. This is what I truly believe. Maybe where people are meant to be kind. Maybe there's something with our brain. We just know that happy brains work more effectively. So kindness makes you generally happy. Being in a kind environment makes you happy. So it just makes sense for me that we should be kind and honest with everybody. And we shouldn't harm anybody. And I just think that for that reason, my content matters and has a change in the world. And even though I may have a smaller viewer base. I think I'm changing and inflicting in my viewers much more than someone who has 1 billion subscribers, because those people may actually feel so motivated in life that they're gonna, I don't know, they're gonna feel better in life, and they're gonna think about my content, or it's going to inspire them. I got 2 comments once where people were telling me seeing me making so many videos is actually motivational to them. It motivates them to see me grinding. And I see the comment section, people actually because I'm honest, people are mirror to me, and I start to be honest too, and they actually write meaningful comments into the comment section, and they take their time to express themselves. And you expressing yourself does something with you. It makes you grow when you express yourself in the way you are, and you're not afraid to do that because you feel in a space safe. Then you grow much faster. And I can tell you this is the truth. I know that because I see how much I grow in my art and how many creative ideas I have, and how much I learn and how much I reflect, And I just want to tell you, people who are kind to each other and are forming a community, when they actually care, I'm a fucking motivational speaker right now, they become smarter too. And they actually can take more power in the world and can change the world and take control of the world much better. And they're having their life more together because they're having a much healthier mind than anyone out there who is greedy and taking advantage of others. And there's more to that. And we don't know how this channel will be in a fucking 5 years. Maybe I still will have a small audience, but I know I'm impacting, I'm influencing, I'm inspiring people much more. And those 5 people, they make probably a much bigger change than everyone who is consuming that toxic content, but they're just being in a autopilot mode. Like they're not doing anything meaningful to the world because they don't function properly. Yeah. The biggest problem for me sometimes is that I want to express myself really precise, and I simply cannot. And a lot of reasons why I do so many videos is because I'm always figuring out to say what there is inside of me, in my inner self. I want to express it in a much more precise way, what there is inside of me. I don't have feelings, but there's something inside of me that wants to get out. And sometimes I don't precisely can say what I actually, the abstract things I observe, I can't put them as precise into the words I want. And then I'm figuring it out again. I'm trying to analyze myself again. This is why I'm gonna talk about the same topic sometimes, but I'm still figuring out to get the thing that is like, that I carry around inside, more precise into the world until I'm finally satisfied. And there are new thoughts coming up, And yeah, at the beginning of my channel, when I was starting to decide to post a video when I want, even if it's like every fucking day, I felt like this is the dumbest shit ever. People are getting annoyed. I hear that once, that people are like, you shouldn't share too many content because then people stop caring and people don't want to see you in your feed all the time. You're spamming them. But that's not true. It's a different approach, and it makes it probably harder for me to be seen on YouTube because I'm not like everybody else. And being like everybody else a lot of times feels like you are wrong, and you shouldn't do that because inside you're comparing yourself to others. But I actually see a lot of people the people that actually comment on my videos, they seem to care much more about my content than a lot of other content, because my content is doing something deeply with them, you know? And that's a thing. And then they see how I post. I do a lot of posts on YouTube. I'm doing a lot of videos, and people like that. And it's not just that people like that. I think a lot of people are more invested in that shit and than in other stuff, because they see me, Mooncake. You know, I have like a bigger impact on them than a lot of random people. I'm not talking about good YouTubers. This is like the feeling you have of good YouTubers when they actually, like certain YouTubers, you just memorize them and you just give a fuck about them. And I think people care about my content and they get inspired by it. And it's not just my content, it's also my behavior, that I'm not afraid to talk a lot, or like I'm not cutting myself. People say that it's a good thing that I don't cut myself. And a lot of people want to hear those rambles. A lot of people want to hear me being uncut and just talking randomly. They like that. They enjoy that. It feels good to them. That's awesome. I'm like, I feel great right now. I'm talking myself on a greatness. Amazing. And there are those random posts where people are like, where I'm sharing like my deepest essays with people, and people seem to care, and it does something with people, and people want to come back to my channel. They want to see what I do, you know. And because I'm posting so often, people see that, and maybe at the beginning people will think like, this person posts a lot. Why is this person posting so much? Why is this person posting that? But I think I get much more attention for this because it's a little bit different. And you actually feel there is a soul. A lot of times when you are on social media and you're getting a lot of random channels recommended, the problem is that social media feels fucking soulless a lot of times, you know? And when we find channels where there is a big soul behind that, someone that inspires us, and that feels like this person is actually alive, this is not just a clone, this is a human, real being, then we actually start to be invested in this. And I actually think my channel is the perfect example for that. Because it's not perfect. We don't want to have those perfect as faces on YouTube. I don't want that shit. I want real people. And I want people that actually have something to say, and not just random like, I'm so important and I want to come off as super smart. You know, a lot of people apparently think the most important thing is to be as smart as possible. Be an idiot and be happy, it's fine. You become smart when you don't put yourself on a pedestal and be like, I'm so smart, I'm gonna show you my intelligence now. You know, you don't do that like that. I don't want to see like, I hate it when people are like, they're giving you a lecture on YouTube and they're like sitting in front of the camera and they don't tell you smart things because they care about those things. They just want to come off as intelligent as possible. And you are not Kafka or Nietzsche or Dostoevsky. I don't remember this Russian. I want to read those books. It's just hard for me to read sometimes, but I definitely want to read those books when I don't feel depressed too much that it is hard for me. Sometimes it's hard for me to consume hard content, but I definitely want to read Dostoevsky, I think is his name. It's a Russian author. I heard a lot of good stuff about him. Yeah, live your life in a conscious way, and don't say something that already everybody else said. Say something that actually is a little bit more original. Okay. So I'm done with the talk. I think I kind of got every point out. That was a much longer talk. I just want to say one more thing. Okay, so I said in this video I'm really happy right now. I am. But I just want to make clear, I have recently a lot of more depressive episodes. So and a lot of times when I have those depressive episodes, I don't want to do a YouTube video because YouTube is just not in my mindset in that moment. And I just want to tell you, I'm an unhappy person too. So I don't want you to think that I'm just a happy person all the time and I'm always super excited when I do my video. I don't even think you think that when I do my videos. I think we observe more about people than just how they show off to us. It's not just how you show off to someone. It's people observe more than this. But it's not. I'm not trying to force happiness in my videos or trying to pretend, yeah, I'm just showing off and I'm happy. I could also make a video when I'm depressed, but I don't want that at the moment. Not because I'm depressed, but most of the time when I'm depressed, I don't care about doing a YouTube video. And as I said, I'm just doing YouTube video when I feel like it, you know? And I just wanted to say that to you. Yeah, that you know that I'm not always this overly excited person, as I may come off in my videos. I don't know if I even come off as overly excited in my videos. I don't know. So yeah, this is a really long video. I didn't do any shorts in the last days. I will probably do that in the future when I want to. I don't feel like that in the moment. It's like not in my head right now because I can get some subscribers through that, but that's the same feeling. I just want to do shorts when I really feel passionate about doing a short, because everything else is just trying to get more subscribers, and then I'm kind of lying to you. It's just, I don't know. I just want to do content when I actually care about, and when I don't care about doing a short, then I don't care about it, because I don't think I deserve those subscribers when I just do a short for doing a short, but I don't want to do it, if you know what I mean. You know, I think those subscribers feel meaningful to me because I'm actually doing something because it feels meaningful to myself. I'm not just doing it to get subscribers. I'm doing this because I want to do it. And subscribers is just like the berry on the cake. I don't know how to say that. You know? Even if it takes me a longer time, because I get easier subscribers to through shorts, but there's nothing meaningful about that. When the content I'm creating is not meaningful to me in the moment, and I think you always should live in the present to be happy, you know? So I think it's more meaningful to create a bunch of content that may not be seen by as much people as a short would be seen with, but still people see it, and the people who click on it grow with me, and that's enough. And that makes it meaningful, and I think this is the best way how to create a meaningful, loyal community, and this is the best way how YouTube becomes actually fun, because then you have a bunch of cool motherfuckers in the comment section, you know, and you're actually having an impact, and you actually do something with people, and that's meaningful to me. And with shorts, I don't want to do that because I don't know. I only want to do shorts when I want to. And then I feel like I really own those subscribers I get, because then it's like I just giving you those shorts when I want. And actually I notice this myself when I'm consuming content. When someone is posting something, and I don't post every day, the moment they post something becomes more meaningful, because you feel like this person is showing up now, and you see something that you rarely see. And actually what happens then, that people are much more invested in subscribing to you, I think, and actually like caring about your other content, because I don't want a bunch of people just watch me for my shorts, but then they don't care about my YouTube, what I do in my videos. I don't want that. I want people to care about the content I'm creating in general. Of course, you can't watch every YouTube video, but like, that it feels personal. And I think the easiest way to make it personal is just being personal. And you are personal by simply doing it when you care about it. When YouTube feels personal to you, do a YouTube video. And only that, because it's not just about what you say. I said it already, but I'm going to repeat myself. It's not just what you say in a video. It's also how you approach it. That says a lot about you. And if you don't have the energy, then do something else. I said it in a post, the silence, when you are doing everything with meaning, you're staying away from something, and your silence becomes automatically meaningful and is part of the whole process. Me not posting a video one day is part of growing my YouTube, or like having an audience. It's not just about growing my YouTube, it's much more about having a meaningful audience, because then someone will wonder, oh, this person didn't post it today, and they may, I don't know, may check up another video, or like when they see me coming back, they actually see me showing up. And it's also about me having more energy then, but it also does the silence. People notice your silence. I notice that. When I click on a channel of YouTube I like, and I see them, they posted for a while, and then they didn't post it for a while, then sometimes I don't really question a lot what they're doing in my life, because I don't care that much. But still, there's something inside of me that is sometimes being like, what is this person doing right now? This person is kind of busy in their life right now. I wonder what this person, or like, I always have this feeling this person is cooking in the background, and there's something happening in the background. Even if it's not for YouTube, but it feels like life is happening. I don't know how to describe that, and that makes me immediately be more invested into this YouTuber, because I realize that this person is going more on than just posting videos. This person is not just a production machine, but this person has a lot of stuff going on in their lives, and there's a lot of stuff happening in their lives, and that makes that person more interesting. It's their absence that makes a person also interesting. And I don't really question what they're doing. This is not what I do, but it's just the moment you don't post, it's a statement you do that has an influence on me as a viewer too, and I think on others too. If I would be gone for 1 week, I think people will notice, and I think it would be a good notice, because they would be like, this person is up to something right now, whatever it is. And then it has an impression on everybody, and we make new impressions on we learn, we grow together with people, and we make new impressions on people every day. And there are certain energies from people that come to us that make us be more invested to certain people, to our friends, to our family, to certain YouTubers, and that makes us grow with those people, and makes us realize more about those people, and it makes us being more invested into their content. And that changes the whole energy in the room and makes everybody growing together. And if I'm just posting nonstop, shorts, even if I don't want to, people gonna see it as a content machine, and they, even if the art would be awesome, they wouldn't care as much about the art or the content because they get so overfeeded with it that it feels like you're just producing this, but you producing it, the thing that you are producing it, the act of producing, feels like a robot. It feels meaningless. It feels not necessary. You shouldn't draw when it feels doesn't feel necessary. But if you show, when you actually, it's like you're getting on an adventure and then you come back and you show what you got in that adventure and you present it to your audience, and then it feels meaningful because you feel like this person, it's the way that I'm approaching my YouTube, because I'm going, even if you don't see that, you don't see me uploading the short, but still my absence still reflects that. I'm just making this up, but it feels good to think that. Sometimes you have to be delusional. My absence, by me coming to you and presenting it in a strong and convincing way, showing off and be convincing, is much more impactful and impressive on people than just producing stuff like whatever, like a machine. It's not how much you produce, it's about the quality, and it's about how strong your show will be when you show up. You only should show up when you want to show up. And it's not just YouTube. When you do that with YouTube, because when you start to be a content machine on YouTube, then it's gonna have a bad impact on you as a human being. You're gonna be like that around humans too. But if you show up when you want to show up, in every fucking situation, you become a stronger and stronger human being, and you're gonna inspire people much more and impress people much more, and you're gonna be powerful more. You're gonna be conscious about more about situation. You can get certain stuff in your life much more because you are in a present moment and you know 100% what you're doing. You're having a clear mind. And I think it's about every decision we make in every fucking second. I think it's everything, And I think people can feel that when I'm not posting a short every day, but I'm posting when I want to. I'm doing a video when I want to. And I feel more like working on my webtoon in the background and making a lot of talking videos because it feels good to do that. I want to do that. And because I always want to, I think if I would suppress myself and be like, I have to make a show by showing not up every time. No. I can show up every time because I want to show up every time. Even if it's like every day. Then it's still show up. It sounds funny, but I'm getting so many great creative ideas for this for my manga that are not just me being funny or be entertaining. It's actually stuff that I see and I'm like, this will do something with people. And I truly believe that entertainment is much more than just hee and funny. It's much more than that. And actually I want to more I don't think I'm gonna do another video today, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna talk more about this in other videos, I hope. I don't know how the next day will be. I'm living so much in the present right now that I'm not planning my next day. I'm planning my days a little bit, but I'm not making a lot of, I have some plans for the future, but like I'm not getting overwhelmed by that shit. So yeah. Now I really feel like I could say what I wanted to say in different terms. Sometimes it needs time to get deeper and deeper into certain stuff. I want to start a new topic, but I'm not gonna do that because I feel like I said enough. But I have a lot of new thoughts in my mind. I'm gonna share them probably in the next videos, I hope. Okay. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.